So this is the video for Vantage. I'm just going to go like this and say solo queued 95% of my life. Rank, never really played pubs, maybe a couple games. I've done it for a lot of reasons. Most of the games are bad, but no one has mics, and it's tough. But I want to say that, yes, I played against, Phony's team last season. Very tough fights. I played in some hard fights. I probably played 17,000 games. Top 3 in Vantage. But I started with the 50, 100, 50, 100 before there was the 125s and higher. So one thing with Vantage, like also a shotgun, where, your first bullet you can throw, your second bullet you can throw, your third bullet you can throw, but if you hold it again at a certain level, it's going to go again. Look at this. You see? You just saw that. I was holding it down at the perfect moment while as soon as it's done reloading, you do it. That's the next level on Vantage, because now, once I have the 75% on my gun shield, boom, Ultimate Sniper gains gun shield, 75 plus, right here, an extra 25, I'm at 300, baby. And in the last ring, when you're getting Vantage now, and you see me there in that last circle, goodbye, bro. Practice this. Practice that. That headshot, 187 on that. Headshot, 75. 300 gun shield, Vantage in the last ring. I'll see you in the fucking game. See, I missed that, by the way. People are like, oh, Vantage is so easy. No, you'll miss. Go to different places. When I tag someone through the walls now, it stays, okay? When I tag someone through the walls, it stays, and you can see it through the wall. You can't see it right now, but when they're tagged and I have my blue on the right, I can see it through the wall. It's a really interesting thing that's broken. And now, because the Vantage Sniper, you can see when I do it, a scope laser active on the right, okay? You see that? It's a whole new game of holding and playing. It's a whole new fucking game, okay? An entire new game. It's a whole new game because you can wait, and then once it goes away, then you can play the game. My point is this. My point is Vantage has the whole package to do what you need to do, but you got to practice
getting a fresh angle.
You got to practice the bird. You got to practice the ability to really use a lot of the sniper, just like the Mad Maggie Ball, to get to the next level. In the last ring, when you have the purple buff, right? Now you have a purple shield. Popping an alt accelerant and playing this type of game. Ready? Trying to waste your 300. Make sure you're practicing with that off, that on. This is always going to be on, obviously, to make the dummies spawn. But make sure this is off so you don't see them. And you practice this in the range. You make sure they're at random, and you practice here. It's just you and that last person, that last final ring. I have 300 shields now, baby. You only have 200, unless you're Revenant. Good luck. Good luck. This again. Okay. Reset. 50 on him. 50 on him. He's dead. One dead. On the left. On the left. 50 on him, 50 on him. I hit him normal bullets, right? I'm pushing left. That's the practice. Pretending like you're talking to your teammates, right? Right? I hit him for a lot. He's dead. Practice these, Try to get those 130s on that. That's the practice. Try to practice this too, where the person has the height. It's just you and him. You throw the bird up. He doesn't know what's going on. You climb up the edge. Super glide. Boom. That's the practice. You understand? He looks up. He saw the bird. What just happened? You won the fucking 1v1. I'm not saying, She Ready is the perfect package for a co. She's a hybrid IGL, and I'll explain that in a thing I want to bring up. And that is, using the bird. You don't need to always keep the bird with you. You can let the bird out. You understand? Because if you're going in here, I'm gonna full send it, right? So now I'm full sending it, right? I'm here. I'm doing things. I'm trying to fuck up, people, right? I'm moving here. I'm moving there, right? I'm over here. I'm over here, right? I got 2 tagged, right? Let's fuck them up, right? So I'm playing the game of Apex, right? I'm doing things, and things go wrong. Something happens, right? Or I get a team down. Whatever happens, now I can press the bird. I go right back to a whole new spot. I can scan. I can do things in the air. I can look. Okay? There's so many things you can do in the air, and that's the whole point of Vantage. It's that you don't always need to have the bat. Yes, there's full sending ideas with the 1v1s. So really quick, I can talk about that for a second. So there are 1v1 ideas. Right? Where, if you're full sending, you can go over here, but, like, there are little things, like, there's are interesting 1v1 fast things to deter a teammate. You understand? An opponent. There are interesting things you can do, but, again, having the bird out changes the entire game. And it took me a couple years, but I finally realized it, and now I'm 10 times better, because having the bird out changes the whole game for Vantage. There's so many things you can do instead of having to then turn around, look to see, you're pushing a team or you're moving, especially on district heat maps, right? So like you're doing something, you're trying to figure out something, you always have something that you can really quick. And remember, it goes through different barriers. So you're looking height, now I'm up height, now I'm in a different place. Now I can fuck up a team or hold or push, something's going on. Now I can figure out what to do, right? You understand? That's the point of being able to get height, being able to do things, being able to, change the character. Again, she could go through barriers, right? So if there's certain things, you'll hear, she'll find a way around it now with the buff. So you can find your way, but you have to be kind of in line with it, right? But you see, I don't need to be. So it depends on some things. So see what I'm saying? I just jumped up. You understand? That's the point, is that you got to figure all that stuff out and work with that, But it's about bringing the Vantage Sniper in the last ring, in the last circle, and that's what she gives you. On the blue, where you can see through the walls, on her blue perk, once you tag someone, is amazing. But having alt accelerants is great too, but having this in the last circle, especially with a Newcastle or a Rampart, being able to make those connections and those quick tags, right? She works with so many characters. Being able, we're talking, I know I'm jumping around, we're talking Moon Map, we're talking E-District, right? We're talking Olympus. She shines, okay? She shines on those maps. But you've got to get those quick, fast shots. That's what it's about. That's what Vantage is about, is understanding, those quick shots, those jump shots, right? Those quick jump shots where you can actually take the character to the next level, right? Those are the shots, okay? In the last final ring, being able to still sustain that extra 100, just like Revenant. But you got to sustain it to then get the shot down, get the tag one, push. That's the fucking game. Now, will she get the buff? Possibly. She might. Okay, and what I mean by that is that if she gets a little bit of a buff, the Vantage Rampart has always been broken. Once you tag through the shield, I tag through the shield at 60 on the first one, 120 on the second one, but when a teammate shoots through the Rampart shield, right now, when they tag through the Rampart shield, when I tag with Vantage and they're shooting through the Rampart shield, it's Vantage plus Rampart damage. It's one taps. It's never been discovered, but that's the truth. When you combine with also Alter, it's very interesting. Vantage is a place where if anything goes wrong, you can go back. But again, Mad Maggie works really, really well, because when I tag someone, you can see through the wall wherever the fuck they are now on Vantage Blue perk, and then you can use the ability to know exactly where they are and annoy teams with the drill. Okay, so only focusing on Vantage. So I'm looking at the one. She always worked with Bang. Okay, I'm looking at the one also bringing Vantage. See, she gives rise to him. Vantage gives rise to him. If I tag someone, you pounce on it. Boom, they're done, and then Vantage can full send. Remember, they changed the Vantage hitbox. The whole Vantage hitbox is different. It's a whole new character. But with the ability to do so many different things, she can full send. She can do the full send over to a team. Now I'm over here, they don't know where I am, and boom, I'm fucking them up. Okay? That's my point. She has the ability now. Okay? Really, really quick, if you want to get in there and really fuck up someone, she has that ability because the hitbox is different. Because she got that. But you can also, with the Vantage Sniper, play the close range game. Okay? You can also fuck them up in the close range. No one brings it out. I do, but no one brings it out. Okay? It's not that difficult to practice the close range. She's already dead. Okay, so my point is that you have to play Vantage where you're a co-IGL and you're aggressive. You're a passive aggressive, I would say. So you're sometimes passive, holding a team in the back, figuring out what's going on, constantly scanning. I play in mouse acceleration so I could get the scan very, very fast, but still keep the Vantage Sniper the way it is. Don't ask me. It just took a long time to figure out. I'll go over that in another video. But my point is with Vantage, playing being able to get different places where they don't know where she is. Boom. Fucks up a team. That's why using something like the Spitfire and the Rampage is very, very important for that quick, lot of damage really, really quick, get a shot here or there, a quick tag. That's what she's, so she can hold a team. She can also be the aggressive IGL, kind of looking, seeing what's going on. Team running over here, team running over here, what's going on. But it's a constant scan. It's a constant looking at what the fuck's going on. Okay, so let's look at other characters real quick to finish this part off. Works well, obviously works well with the Newcastle, works well with the Mirage. The ability to have the Vantage and Mirage to see where his bamboozles are going, to then take a certain angle to know where a team now is because they shot it and get a team down. Okay, it's about Vantage getting. Vantage gives the rise to him. Vantage also gives rise again to him. Vantage, once he gets the buff, it's going to work with Vantage amazing because Vantage, I made millions of videos throughout the year of the million hours in the training ring, but you know, having the octane pads and being able to fight off of the octane pads is something that's going to be hopefully next, right? Being able to sustain and do certain things, right? That's going to happen. So that's my point. All right. Bird, throw in the air. So it's possible to do things with Vantage that you can't do. You know, you can tag. I mean, I'm not saying it's difficult. I mean, it is difficult. But, you know, if you can, here we go. Sustain, I'll make a video on this. I made many. Sustain in the air. Okay, it's about over the top, though. We'll talk about this in another video. But it's over the top, really. That's easier. It's more over the top. Okay, I'll show you. Ready? Over the top. See? So, hasn't been discovered. Okay?